Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Gulfstream Park here on Saturday. It is the 4th of February 2023. Gonna look at the stakes races on the program from Gulfstream, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I mean it around the world. Let's look at the stake action from Gulfstream. Races 6, 9, 10, 11, and 12. The weather hopefully is better than it is here in New York City. Right now, we have a negative wind chill, with it being like 12 degrees right now. Friday night, it's gonna get down in the morning to like 5 degrees. So that's why Aqueduct's canceled. The Withers is gonna be next week. Sunday, the racing should go ahead because it's gonna be about 50 degrees, and all throughout the next 2 weeks, it's gonna be beautiful weather. But basically today, it's gonna be 5 degrees. But let's look at the sixth race from Gulfstream. It is the Swale Stakes. It's a great 3 event going for 125,000 purse. Race for 3-year-olds here. 6 horses are going 7 furlongs on the main track. Gonna take the 3 horse, 2 of a kind as the top selection. Let's go 3-1-6-4 in the superfecta. 3-1-6-4 super, top selection of the 3 horse. 2 of a kind. This 3-year-old by Overanalyzed. Brian Lynch trains. Joel Rosario gets the mount. The horse's most recent outing came New Year's Day or Gulfstream. 6 furlongs in the Limehouse Stakes, and the horse finished third by 10 lengths that day. And he just kind of bumped all throughout. He just never had to turn a foot from a track position. And on the bench, he needed the race. Coming here second off bench, not the world's toughest horses. I think he get a good trip, and I think he can win here today. 2 back at Belmont, 5.5 furlongs in the Tremont Stakes. He won by 2 lengths that day, and he stalks. He quickened nicely in the front end when he got to it, and he got the job done. Very good race for this horse after all said and done. And then prior to that, I don't know if it had a heart attack or is it just drinking that seltzer too fast. And then prior to that, he ran the 4th of May at Churchill, 5 from the main special weight for under 13,000. He won by 3 3/4 lengths a day. He broke on top. He quickened nicely. 71 buyer on debut in early May. I thought it was a good effort for a 2-year-old there. He's training out well at Palm Meadows. Coming here today at 4-1. I'm going to use him. I think the 1-horse General Jim is the second likeliest winner. Most recently tried him around in the Mucho Macho Man, where he finished 4th by 1/4 lengths that day, and he had a little bit of a tough trip. Also, I just don't think the miles is to his liking. Cutting back to 7, where he should get a better trip, I think he could win here today. They tried the Central Park before that Aqueduct, 1 mile on the turf course, and he finished 3rd by 1/2 lengths. He was stupidly wide, breaking 9-9. He just couldn't get a good trip there, and then a lounge race at Keeling going mile 16th and lawn. He won by 3 3/4 lengths, and he took off clear, cutting back and trip on some decent workouts last week. I'll give him a shot on the ticket. But to recount my selection for the 6 from Gulfstream, it is the Swale. Let's take the 3 horse 2 kind. Give kudos to the 1-horse General Jim. 3-1-6-4 super. 3-1 in your multi-race. Let's get to the late pick 4, starting off with 9th race from Gulfstream Park. It is the Kitten's Joy Stakes. It's a great 3 event going for $175,000 purse. Race for 3-year-olds here. 8 horses are going 1,700 meters. Or mile 1/16 on the Gulfstream turf course. Gonna take here the 4's Major Dudes, a top selection. Let's go 4-2-1-6 in the superfecta. 4-2-1-6 super, top selection. And you know what? I'm gonna start off the pick 4 singling Major Dude here. The Stereo Colt by Bolt Oro. Top pet trains. I Ride Tees Jr. Mr. 7 Win Friday gets the mount. The horse's most recent outing came the 7th of January here at Gulfstream. 1 mile on the Dania Beach. And the horse finished second by 1 3/4 lengths that day, and he just stalked all the way around the race course. But and he closed up well, just a little bit too late. The better trip, maybe a little bit closer, maybe also a little bit fresher than he was last time out. I think he could get a good trip, and I think he could win here today. 2 back, he ran on the 4th of November, Galen, 1 mile Bruce Cup Juvenile Turf, and he finished 9th by 3 3/4 lengths that day. He was break 13 of 14. He left to get some decent position, but then he just kind of hit the wall late. I thought he just was used too much, and just, it just wasn't his day to win there. And then before then, the Pilgrim at Aqueduct, mile 16th on a very yielding inner turf course. He won by length. He stalked. He quickened up nicely. And he got the performance done. A very good race. First time on turf. Prior to that, they ran the horse in the sapling at Monmouth. He finished 3rd by 7.5 lengths that day. And he just, couldn't keep up. He didn't weaken out of it, but he didn't go down with but he didn't quick up either. He just needs something more. But to come to the green stuff, he's really become a lot better horse. Come back to it again today. Trenwell Palm Beach, the Pleasure Winter Base. At 5-2, I like him a lot. Like I said, I'm going to single him to start off this late pick 4. So to recount my selection for the 9th from Gulfstream, it is the Kitten Joy. Let's take the 4's Major Dude. Let's go 4-2-1-6 in the super. We're single the Major Dude, the 4 horse in the pick 4 to begin it off. The 10th race from Gulfstream now, it is Forward Swale Stakes. It's a grade 3 event going for $125,000 purse. Races for 3-year-old fillies here. We have 10 horses going 1,400 meters or 7 furlongs on the main track. Gonna take here the 7 horse undervalued asset. Let's go 7839, the superfecta. 7839 Super, top selection 7 horse undervalued asset, 3-year-old filly by Space Town. Chad Brown trains. Irad T. Jr. gets the mount. Horse on debut came on the 10th of November at Aqueduct. Only starts 6 furlongs in main special weight 82,000. The horse won by 8.5 lengths that day, and basically won for fun. He stalked, he got the lead, quickened up nicely at 75 cents a dollar, and he kept going. An all-around good race on debut. Second off the bench, going to a longer trip, stakes quite horses and winners. Shouldn't be a problem. I think he really run a good race, and I think he will show a good run today. Training with Payson, half-mile work last week at 50-2, and a week prior, half-mile drill 49-3. I expect him to really run well today, so I'm going to use him here, along with the 8 horse on the ticket. Red Carpet Ready, George Arnold trends this one. Luis Saez gets the mount. Most recently at the end of November, Churchill 6.5 in Ferns Creek. He won by 3 3/4 lengths that day, and from a tracking position, he took off clear. That was a very good run for this horse there, earning a 78 buyer. On debut in late October on the slop at Churchill, 6 furlongs in main special. He won by 10. Again, had a lot of speed that day. Could have won for fun by more, but he won for fun. That was again a good race. He's training well at Palm Beach. And the horse, I'm going to give him a shot ticket because I definitely think he can win here. And also 3 horse automatically could win also. It hasn't been seen since the British Cup Juvenile Phillies, where she had a very disappointing 7th. She just wasn't keeping up with the horses there. But the races in South Florida before that can definitely win. She's, of course, in distance winner when it breaks her maiden here in September. Another horse training well. I'm going to give her a shot here off the back in trip and off the bench. But to recount my selection for the 10th from Gulfstream, it is the Forward Gal. Let's take the 7 horse undervalued asset. 7839 Super, 783 in the pick 4. The 11th race now from Gulfstream. It is the Sweetest Chant Stakes, a grade 3 event going for $175,000 purse. Race for 3-year-old fillies here. We have a field of 9 horses going 1,700 meters or mile 1/16 on the turf course. Gonna take the 7 horse Cairo Consort as the top selection. Let's go 7815 in the superfecta. 7815 super. Top 7 horse Cairo Consort. This 3-year-old followed by Cairo Prince. Top Pletcher trains. Irad T. Jr. gets the mounts. Horse's most recent outing came in the Ginger Brew here, Gulfstream, 1 mile on the 7th of January, and the horse won by a half length that day, and he basically stalked all the way around the race course. He quickened up nicely, and he got the job done, earned 73 buyer, but he was very rambunctious before the race. Just keep that in mind. He even talked about in the racing form. Coming here second off the bench, a little settled down. I think he could run a good race. They did buy this horse for $875,000 at the at sales in November 2022. So they think highly of him. 2 back here in the Breeze Cup Juvenile Turf under the old connections at Keelan. 1 mile there, 4th of November, and he finished 3rd by 4 3/4 lengths. And he stalked. He had a great turn of foot. He just couldn't keep up play. He got beat by some better horses, but he ran his heart out there. And then prior to that at Woodbine and then Talma, he finished 2nd by length again, closing up from nowhere. If he had a better trip early on in the Temple Lane, he probably would have won that day, but nothing bad about the run. And then the catch limps over the 6.5 on E.P. Taylor at Woodbine. He won by 2.5 lengths, and again, coming from the back of the pack, it was a very good race. He's a bit of a, versatile kind of horse. He could set the pace or come from a little bit behind. Coming here today to the turf course, back on the turf course, at 2-1, I'm going to use him. I think the 8 horse, Heavenly Sunday is your second least winner. It's only started twice. Once against winners at Keeneland last time out, where he won going away by 2 1/4 lengths, going a mile, and he had an easy trip that day. And then before that, Indiana on the lawn, 7.5 in the main special weight, breaking the main by 70. Again, he took off clear. Another horse training at the fairgrounds. I'm going to give him a shot on that late pick or ticket at 5-1. I think he's loaded. So to recap my selection for the 11th from Gulfstream now, it is the Swedish Chant. Let's take the 7 horse Cairo Consort. Give kudos to the 8 horse Heavenly Sunday. 7815 Super. 7-8 in your multi-race. The feature 12th race now from Gulfstream. It is the Holy Bull Stakes. It's a grade 3 event going for a $250,000 purse. Race for 3-year-old here. We have a field of 8 horses going 1,700 meters, or mile and 1/16 on the Gulfstream Park main track. I love a horse here. That's going to be the 8-horse Rock Can. Let's go 8-4-1-6 in superfecta. 8-4-1-6 super. Top selection 8-horse Rocket Can. This 3-year-old colt by Into the Mischief. Belmont trains. Junior Alvarado gets the mount. The horse's most recent outing came 26th November at Churchill, mile 16th in optional 100, and he finished second by 1.5 lengths that day, or half a length. He basically stalked all the way around the race course. He couldn't catch the winner, but he really grinded it out. I didn't think it was a half bad race. Coming here back to winners, mile 16th, can have overcome wide poster, but I think he can. I think he really run a good race. On that run, I think he wants to go over the Belmont Stakes in a mile and a half in June. Tickets on sale next Thursday, I think. This year I'm going to go to the Belmont Stakes. I'm going to buy tickets next week. But two back, he ran. This horse ran 3rd of October at Churchill in the slot, mile 16th in main special weight, and he won by 2 lengths. He was run stupidly wide, a little bit wide throughout, but he got turn of foot to win that day going away. An all-around good race there. And then Saratoga races, he just wasn't getting good trips. 7 furlongs in main special. He finished 7 by 16 lengths that day, and he was very, very, very wide that day, which cost him. He just kind of hit the wall late. It wasn't the day to win. Instant Coffee went quite nicely. And then on debut in early August, Saratoga, 7 furlongs in the main special weight. He finished 5th by 9.5 lengths that day. Didn't have the best beginnings, and that really cost him. He gained a little bit late, but he's been a lot better horse since then. Coming back here today, I'm going to give him a shot here today at 7-2. And you know what? I can understand singling him. If you want to give a shot on the ticket also with the 4-horse Cyclone Mischief to go a little extra deep, you can use him there also. I love the victory here at Gulfstream go mile last month, going away by 5.75 lengths to earn a 90 buyer. The only disappointing run recently in lifetime was the Kentucky Juvenile Championship or Cup, where he or Kentucky Jack Cup. There we go. Excuse me. Where he finished 7 by 2.25 lengths that day. He just was flat. Tom Lane, he had no turn of foot. That was a little bit of a disappointing run. But if you take that race out, it doesn't run half bad. Come back here today with good posture, speed favoring track going almost 16th. I'll give him a shot on the ticket also, but I'm gonna play 2 tickets. I'm gonna have a ticket singled with the Rocky Can, and probably Cyclone Mischief. I'll have him 2 deep. That on the other ticket. But to recap my selection now for the 12th from Gulfstream, it is the Holy Bull. Let's take the 8-horse Rocky Can. Give kudos to the 4-horse Cyclone Mischief. 8-4-1-6 super. 8-4 in your multi race. So good luck to them. Please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everybody.